Greetings fellow Decepticons, Sandblaster1987 here with my third animation reviews mini vlog and the final video of my Star Wars month for May 2024. Today I'll be covering the 3 Simpsons Disney Plus Star Wars shorts that have come out as of the time of this recording, with the Mother's Day special May the 12th be with you being a recent release as of the time of this video being made. So, first and foremost, the Force Awakens from its nap and Rogue Not Quite One are both Star Wars inspired shorts related to Maggie Simpson's The Longest Daycare Disney Plus shorts, which are basically just extensions and parodies of the storyline but with a Star Wars twist. In fact, The Force Awakens from its nap is literally just a Star Wars reskin of the Longest Daycare short, with Maggie Simpson being dropped off at a Jedi daycare for Star Wars characters by Marge on the way in. And then, of course, as Maggie enters the daycare, elderly Ben Kenobi from Star Wars A New Hope uses the Force and his lightsaber to slice up bread for some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for everyone. Ahsoka puts a kid in a timeout with the carbonite freezing chamber for pulling a Twilight kid's head tails. And General Grievous uses his multiple arms as a changing station, with R2-D2 acting as the bin beside him. Then, of course, Maggie's rivalry with Gerald the Monobrow baby is seen once again, except this time Gerald has swapped his butterfly-smashing hammer weapon from the Longest Daycare for a Darth Maul lightsaber complete with makeup and Zabrak horns and such like, and the black Sith robes. Maggie has already befriended BB-8 at this point because, of course, this short is a parody of, well, the title is a wordplay pun on The Force Awakens, the first episode of the sequel trilogy of Star Wars films, in which BB-8 was one of the main characters. But yes, Darth Maul Gerald stabbed BB-8 in the back during his quest to help Maggie find her lost pacifier during the search through the daycare. And then, during their battle, Maggie extends the rubber bulb from her pacifier to act as a fencing sword to counterattack Gerald's lightsaber. Then Darth Maul's battle music, The Duel of the Fates, can be heard in the background, while Lando Calrissian can also be seen standing guard over the nap time area of the daycare. The battle continues throughout the daycare until, eventually, Maggie knocks over and blows up a model kit of the Death Star to distract Gerald from their fight. And then he uses the Force to knock a toy shelf over on Maggie, and sadly that crushes her to death apparently. BB-8 manages to make his way over to where Maggie was, just in time to see a Force ghost of Maggie with Grogu's ears coming out of the rubble. And the, Force Awakens from its nap ends with Maggie and BB-8 looking over the double sunset of Tatooine. Next, the second short in the Star Wars trilogy of Simpsons shorts thus far on Disney Plus is Rogue Not Quite One, a reference to Rogue One, a Star Wars story, in which Homer and Maggie attend a Baby and Me class in Springfield that for some reason is set in a Star Wars building, but Homer gets distracted by the fact that Chewbacca is standing outside a Moe's Tavern version of the Mos Eisley Cantina. So, Moe ends up serving Homer a drink and then he gets eaten by an alien. Meanwhile, Maggie is placed inside of Grogu's hover pushchair thing from a Mandalorian, which Din Djarin had to leave outside the Baby and Me class because of their no strollers in the building rule, along with his no weapons policy. So, Maggie ended up in Grogu's hover chair thing, which, of course, Din Djarin wasn't too happy about, so he used the Darksaber to send her flying when she accidentally, hit the autopilot to activate the machine inside the hover chair. Then, since the donor was also left inside the hover chair, Maggie used that as a distraction when Chief Wiggum and Lou, the police officers, ended up chasing her. So then the police officers chased the donut instead of Maggie. Then Baby Gerald Darth Maul returns for revenge, except now he appears to be in a Darth Vader TIE Fighter type thing. Homer eventually escapes from the alien that swallowed him and teams up with Din Djarin to rescue Maggie, who has accidentally hit the hyperdrive on Grogu's hover chair to escape from Gerald and got sent into deep space. Gerald catches up with her and launches a TIE fighter invasion of Springfield, only for the UFO Kang and Kodos to come to the rescue. Kang and Kodos have destroyed the entire fleet of TIE fighters, but Gerald's TIE Advanced is still in pursuit. So, Gerald shoots down Grogu's hoverchair with Maggie in it, but luckily the Mandalorian's grapple gun was in there, so she was able to use that to, grab onto Gerald's TIE Advanced in order to rescue herself from being shot down. She then sacrificed her pacifier to throw it through a gap in the TIE fighter to ricochet it through the inside of Gerald's cockpit and into his mouth, turning him good again. So Gerald flies off, now turned good again, and Maggie is reuniting with BB-8, who was apparently smuggled away in the back of Grogu's hoverchair. And the two of them end up watching a triple sunset in Springfield, in the Tatooine sort of area of Springfield where the Baby and Me class was. Then the final Star Wars Simpsons short, which has only just been released at the time of this recording, May the 12th Be With You, which is an American Mother's Day special for May the 12th, which features Marge Simpson gathering all of the, surviving mothers of the Disney universe, including but not limited to Bambi's mother, Mrs. Jumbo, the elephant from Dumbo, Perdita from 101 Dalmatians, Kanga from Winnie the Pooh, and Chili from Bluey as well. But basically, when Marge's car breaks down, Ahsoka's T6 Jedi shuttle from the Ahsoka Disney Plus series turns up as an alternative mode of transport. There's also a couple of Star Wars ice cream flavour puns like the Mangolorian, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Wookiees and Cream that can be seen at a sort of Disneyland parody planet that they end up going to. Darth Vader also shows up at one point to say that littering is sentenciable to death for those that commit it. And Chewbacca roars in Marge's face at one point. Then there's a whole battle between a load of Jedi and Stormtroopers, which Maggie, Marge and all the Disney mothers also get involved with, siding with the Jedi to fight off the Stormtroopers, because once again, in reference to The Force Awakens from its nap, Maggie has extended the rubber bulb from her pacifier into a fencing sword to match up with the lightsabers. One of the Jedi children needed vocal parental consent to have his lightsaber working properly for some reason, presumably because he was underage to use it unsupervised. But that more or less concludes the, Simpsons, Star Wars, Disney Plus trilogy of shorts. I don't know whether there'll be more in future, but I hope so, especially given that the current year of 2024 is the 25th anniversary of The Phantom Menace, and thus the prequel trilogy as a whole. So, with that said, I have been Soundblaster1987, thanks again for watching, and this more or less concludes my Star Wars month. I'm not going to do a Star Wars month of solid content blocks for every month of May going forward for the channel, but I am going to be doing more sort of themed content blocks at some point in future, so stay tuned for that. Until then, my next vlog overall will be my normal once a month vlog for June, for my top 10 toy lines that I want to see associated with certain Disney franchises, such as which Disney movies would be best for McFarlane, Mattel, Hasbro, etc. to make toys out of. Until then, my next review will be the Lego Ninjago Legacy remake of the Kai Fighter Jet set. Till then, till all are one, and may the Force be with you, always.